All right, hello, hello. We're back on House and Fata Morgana tonight. We're doing Reincarnation, which I think we're actually going to do Reincarnation the entire way through from here on out, unless we have missed something else. Um, and yeah, I will apologize ahead of time. We do have a storm right now, so if the internet sort of bobbles, I guess, um, you know what's happened. Blame the lightning. If you're new here, my name is Kels, and I don't know, come chat with us. All right, so let's recap. So Jacopo walked with Morgana and treated her to a meal at Maria's cafe, but we took a break to read the Revenant's dream from Morgana's perspective of being in Michael's memory world. The the complete Morgana can feel pity and love now that Abby has reunited with the witch. She reflected on the story between her and Jacopo and how she put his second life on the path to torment her, and spoke with Jacopo's shadow. Back in Reincarnation, Morgana tried to make Jacopo look like a pedophile to Maria, and then he explained himself. Then complained about the cafe's standards, but told Morgana to try befriending Maria anyways. He didn't understand why he was so dead set on connecting to her and demanded answers about what Maria was doing in the rain, but all that she revealed was her name and that her single mom is French. He got so used to teaching Morgana how things work and spending time with her that he delegated more. Morgana and Jacopo ended up sharing a bed and discussing theology, where she revealed that her bishop told her that her marks are from her previous life, and she confessed her memories of being the witch. Jacopo called BS on her having to suffer for her past life and sided with her on punishing her tormentors, but didn't believe in reincarnation himself. The reason Morgana left home is because her stepdad finds her repulsive. He swears to win her heart, and the witch haunted her dreams. Oh wow, I didn't realize we were quite that far through reincarnation. Um, And no worries, chat. Have fun in Texas. All right, let's get into this. I like just sneezed too, so like my sinuses burn a little bit. So if I struggle to read for a little bit, that's why. And now I can't figure out how to swallow water. We're doing great today. Apologies. All right. Well, someone's up early. You're even dressed. How unusual. Mm, good morning. Yeah, I've got something to take care of this morning. Did you sleep well? Well enough. No worse than usual, at least. And you? Did you sleep better than on the couch? I did. I feel quite well rested. Actually, that was probably the worst sleep I've gotten in ages. She seems to have slept like a rock, though. I'm not sure how I feel about her letting her guard down so easily around a stranger, but I'll just take it as a sign she trusts me. Hasn't she been here for like 2 weeks? Like, not that they know each other super well at this point, but stranger is a little bit of a stretch, I think, at this point. Or maybe I'm just invisible to her. I trust you kept your hands to yourself while I was sleeping. I won't stand for any false accusations. You have my word, I didn't do a thing. That's right, you promised you wouldn't touch me without permission. And you're a man who keeps your word. That's some impressive restraint, considering you wasted no time trying to bring me home. For the last time, you know that's not why I let you stay here. Wait, that makes it sound like you really were trying to come on to. Excuse me? Is there anything in that big head of yours? No. Lay a single finger on me and you're dead. In fact, you deserve to burn in hell for so much as entertaining the thought, you lecher. You're the one who led me into that, damn it. What's more impressive is how you can go from meek and unassuming to spewing venom like an angry rattlesnake in the blink of an eye. Well, as you know, I am a mean, bitter girl. Everyone could use a bit of a mean streak, honestly. Life's no fun if you're always playing the goody two shoes. Forget the act and be like this around your parents, too. As long as you're comfortable with it, that is. Anyway, breakfast. I have to head out to work soon. Okay, off I go. Remember to lock the door if you go anywhere? Wait, yeah? After our conversation last night,
I thought things over and decided I will go home.
Uh, if that's what you want to do, then I support you.
She gave me a little smile and a nod in response.
Like an idiot, I felt a pang of disappointment that she was going to leave, but I was happy she'd finally found the courage to face her family. And besides, that didn't mean I would never get to see her again, so it wasn't the end of the world. I was a little concerned about how her stepfather would react, but regardless, she was still a minor and couldn't keep living with me forever. And she was in a better place now than she had been when she'd left, so surely she'd be able to get through to him. Or at the very least, not let him walk all over her anymore. If she started showing a little assertiveness, he'd probably be more liable to actually listen. Not always, Jacopo, but that's a nice thought. And even if that wasn't enough, well, I was willing to step in and act as a mediator if necessary. Well, if you're leaving, I can show you the way to the train station.
Actually, I was thinking of waiting until a school day. If I go back on a day off, then I don't have an escape route, and that scares me. But since it's Friday, I wouldn't be able to make it back in time for school today. So I was planning on leaving on Monday, which means I'll be here for 3 more days.
Huh, quite the delinquent you've grown into.
I did have a very good example after all.
It was still morning, so she could absolutely make it back in time for school, albeit maybe a couple hours late. But she knew that as well as I did, and some things were better left unsaid. Yeah, exactly. You go to school? I don't think she's been to school for like a month now. It wasn't hard to imagine her at her desk, diligently taking notes and doing classwork. A top student with perfect attendance. So running away must have been like turning her whole word on its head. I assume that was supposed to be world. There's so much more to the world than school and studies. All you need to get out of it is a diploma. Everything else is bonus. So if you need a break, take a break. The outlaw life ain't half bad now, is it?
It could be worse. I managed to get by without feeling bad about skipping school, which would have been unimaginable before. But still,
Hmm.
I'm glad it was you who found me.
Morgana.
I said nothing, you hear?
Loud and clear. I heard nothing. And having heard nothing, I'm glad our paths crossed too.
You know,
You're kind of creepy when you're being sincere. I love her. Right back at you, kiddo. We both laughed. Something I wasn't sure had ever happened before. Her smile was softer, warmer than normal, and I imagined mine probably was too. Hey,
yes,
I am, well, how do I put it? Hmm, I thought that maybe I would be able to tell her how I felt, but it didn't seem right to take advantage of her when she was vulnerable like this. Yeah, Jacopo, your timing kind of sucks on this, man. I also didn't want to make it too awkward for her to come back either. Not to mention the age difference, but it was most important that she sorted things out in her life first. So ultimately, I decided against saying anything.
are you not going to finish that thought? If you have something to say, use your words.
It's nothing. I swear we've met somewhere before. And I've been feeling that stronger and stronger these past few days, seeing you in my dreams, even. Which is why I'm wondering if maybe we crossed paths sometime long ago.
You dream.
About me? Oh, don't look at me like that. Let me guess, you think that's creepy?
No, no, it's not that. Just. I think I've been having dreams about you too. Let me guess, you think it's creepy?
Of course not. A little awkward, maybe, but not in a bad way. It's actually, nice.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we have met somewhere.
I'm sure of it. And now I really have to get out of here. I'll try to get home as soon as I can today. I know you're going to say never come back, but
I am not. I'm actually kind of glad to hear that.
oh, well, I guess I have no choice then. I'll do what I can.
Yes, please do. And have a nice day.
You too. See you later.
I ended up staying here a lot longer than I'd anticipated, and I'd ended up enjoying my time here far more than I could have ever imagined. Maybe because he paid so much attention to me, for whatever unfathomable reason. After 2 weeks here, there was mountains of new things in his apartments. Books and movies he would have never consumed on his own. Sweets and pastries in the kitchen. Some of nearly everything imaginable, as I had never explicitly expressed any preferences. Between the food and movies, much of it had never even been opened and would likely go to waste, which made me feel bad. I told him more than once to stop buying things that wouldn't get used, but he would just brush me off and say he was doing it for himself, looking mildly irritated as he did. Despite all his griping, he'd put a great deal of time and money into making this a place where I could feel comfortable. I couldn't understand why he went to such lengths for me, though. He had nothing to gain from it. It made so little sense to me that for the first week I even suspected he had some kind of ulterior motive. And the way his words and his actions never seemed to line up made it even more difficult to trust him. After 2 weeks, I'd come to realize he was just a very roundabout man by nature, and that was him trying to show kindness. Although, honestly, I was hardly any better than him about that. I know I said I was going home, but it feels so much more like home here. I raised the blinds, letting the morning sunlight into the room, and then I got to work on my daily routine, which began with cleaning the apartment. By now, I knew where everything went. Once I was finished with that, I picked up the remote control, which I knew how to use well enough now to turn on the news. The sun slowly rose higher into the sky, and then it was lunchtime. First, I considered going out somewhere, but I only had 3 days left here, and any time away felt like it would be wasted. So I rummaged through the pantry and fixed myself a simple lunch. After eating, I relaxed a bit on the couch, and soon it was mid afternoon. At home, I'd never been allowed to do so much as make myself a cup of coffee without asking for permission first. But here I could make it however I wanted, without having to go through anyone. So I made myself a cup with a little sugar and a little milk, brought it out to the living room, and took a seat on the couch. Then I picked up a book I hadn't read yet. Time slowly passed as I turned the pages. It was a kind of serenity I'd never experienced before, a peace of mind I could only feel here. As I turned the pages, a wave of sleepiness came over me. I could only imagine how wonderful the dream if I were to fall asleep feeling so tranquil. The best would be that dream about the fields of wheat, so I could see what came next. That sea of gold swaying in the wind, that gentle, welcoming homeland, that tall, shadowy figure standing beside me.
Well, don't you just look absolutely exuberant, my dear? Enjoying your life as an ordinary girl, are you?
What? Who's there?
Who's there? What an utterly preposterous question. I'm almost ashamed to look at you after that. Yeah, and that handsome albino man. Ah, look, totally into the whole like Jacopo Morgana connection, but also I miss our connection with Morgana. Like, I get it, but
Nothing comes next in the dream, for that realm is not but an illusion, my dear. This is your continuation. What do you mean? Precisely what I said. You have no troubles or worries here, do you? You left your past behind to bask in an illusory happiness, blind to the fact that every second of it is based in lies. That's not true. This is this is real. It's not a lie. And besides, I have plenty of worries here, too. Certainly things seem difficult to you now, but they're all trivial concerns next to what you went through before this. Before it started coming back to you, hasn't it? The sins of your past life have begun taking shape in your memory. You're beginning to accept that you deserve those hideous scars. So, open your eyes and face it. My eyes are open. Not all the way, my dear. You only yet let yourself see the pretty frame, telling yourself it's the whole thing while ignoring the painting within. Hopefully, the illusion doesn't shatter too quickly.
Okay. Glad my PS5 decided it wanted to crash. It'll come back in a second. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the witch having a crush on yeah, very quick stream. The witch having a crush on Michael absolutely makes sense to me.
But who can say? Your soul was much more deeply affected than theirs were. The weight of your sins is greater than you can imagine. It's not something you can simply leave in the past. Please stop. I can't bear the sound of your voice. You wish to be rid of me? I'm sorry, my dear, but that's simply not possible. Not now that your memories are beginning to resurface. You could have gone on as you were if you hadn't met him. But the gears of fate have fallen into place, and there's nothing you can do to stop it anymore. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Oh, but you do, my dear. You've merely averted your eyes from the truth. You must face it. Accept the path you've found yourself on. Stop. But do remember, I am not the one who put you there. Yours is a path of your own creation, built upon the sin you carry on your soul. The sin of. Stop! Please, I'm begging you! The sin? Please! Of the witch. You cannot escape me, because you are me. There is no leaving the past in the past and starting over for you. You must never forget the pain they inflicted, the sorrow you felt, the isolation and despair, the hatred. You can't pretend those years of agony just never happened. Stop. Get away. Get out of me. Once again, as a reminder, we're not screaming so my neighbors don't come do a wellness check on me. Tell me you didn't harm her, dog. I smell blood. You only instructed me not to kill her. Mistakes were made, limbs were lost. I cleaned up all the blood I got on me. No one suspected anything. That you were able to immediately recognize it as the smell of blood says quite a bit, Lord. You have killed before, haven't you? Enough yapping. She is alive, yes? Or I knew her years ago. I see. What do you want to do then, Lord? You look sick. What do I want to do? Obviously, this doesn't change anything. We lock up the witch and proceed as planned. Remember exactly who it is, whose hand you're considering accepting. Hey, Morgana, are you all right? Can you hear me? Are you feeling sick? Are you okay? She's conscious at least. What happened? Help me out here. Do you want me to take you. Do you want me to call an ambulance? No doctor will be able to help me.
You were on the ground unconscious, though. Whoa, you can't just stand up so fast. You need to lie down and rest. Hang on, I'll get some water.
Who who are you?
Huh? What the hell? Did you hit your head when you fell?
What are you doing here?
M- Morgana?
Tell me, which one of you are you now? Are you the lord who murdered the witch?
What are you?
Are you the businessman who drove his wife to ruin?
What on earth are you?
Or are you the slave man?
Mor-
Which one are you?
I. I'm.
Or do you not remember anything? Are you the only one who gets spared from this suffering? Tell me, who killed the witch?
I. Oh god. No.
The last missing piece of the puzzle clicked audibly into place. His form filled my vision. His face was frozen in terror, as if witnessing the end of the world. Her form filled my vision. Her face was twisted in hatred, as if witnessing the end of the world. It all came flooding back. That I was once a witch with miraculous healing powers in my blood, and that I had cursed this man for all eternity with a fate worse than death. It all came flooding back. That I was once a feudal lord who imprisoned her to steal her blood, turning her into the witch, and that I had yearned for a chance to atone. The time I had shared with the slave man meant the world to me. Then he had gone and crushed that world along with all my good memories. I had loved her with all my heart, and then I had gone and crushed her along with everything she held dear. While I understood that he hadn't done any of that this time, still I was overcome with a hatred unlike any I had ever experienced before. I had no answer for her. I couldn't explain what I was doing here. Thoughts and memories and feelings spanning centuries swirled about my mind, so disconcerting and chaotic it made me nauseous. I didn't reject it as outrageous or unreasonable. These were my sins, my mistakes, regardless of when they had happened. This man had murdered me. I had murdered her. Though I had loved him. Though I had loved her. Why did the memories have to come back now, though? Why this exact moment? I could have moved forward with my life, found happiness, if only these old memories had stayed lost in the past. But there was no escaping them now. There was no laughing it off and moving on from this. How dare you show yourself before me after everything you've done? All the pain and suffering you inflicted? All the hope you took in your hands and crushed? I vowed we would never cross paths again. I engraved it on your soul. I despise myself for coming so close to opening up to you. Wait, please. Hold on, Morgana. Don't you dare utter my name again. Why? God, why? This is just cruel. Right as I thought my life wasn't going to be miserable anymore, this happens. Why should I have to be at the mercy of these centuries old memories? Why won't you let me forget it all already? I wish I didn't have any of these accursed memories ingrained in my soul. Michael, when you set me free, it was the witch you released, not the girl. Pulling back the curtain was enough to stop me from being a witch. But wait, what lay behind that curtain is just a source of new pain for the powerless girl I've become. Because the man responsible for breaking my spirit, fracturing my soul, killing my body, and setting into motion a tragedy spanning a millennium was also the man I had loved. The truth you revealed was unbearable, so I chose not to bear it at all. The second I lifted the curse, I closed my eyes and decided I simply wouldn't acknowledge that fact. The end of the curse was only me letting go, not facing up to that revelation. What could I have even done? Going down that path would only bring me more pain, like I'm feeling now. I wanted nothing to do with it anymore. No hatred, no forgiveness, no reunions. I just wanted to be rid of it all. Why can't things ever go the way I want? Michael, will you offer salvation to this powerless girl as well? Will you take my hand once again? Or will it have to be
Morgana. Morgana!
Did I black out again?
Morgana!
Who's there? Who's calling for me?
Finally found you, you snot-nosed brat. Do you have any idea how much time you made me waste searching?
What? Stop. Ow! It took a few moments for my mind to catch up with what was happening. Where I was. When I was. Who I was. His angry shouts echoed in my still jumbled head.
You think you have any right to run away and give me more work when I'm the one supporting you and your mother?
Ow, stop! Don't yank me like that! Let go of...
You want me to let go, huh? Then you should start doing as I say. Come on, we're going home. And don't you think about giving me any more trouble, you hear?
My chest tightened. My spirit, shackled and repressed for so long in this era, went cold. The sound of this man's voice terrified me regardless of what he was saying, and the higher he raised it, the more I recoiled.
That's a very good question. Is that her stepdad the reincarnation of Barnier? Fate wouldn't be that mean, right? Like, that would hurt. I don't like that.
Over the years, his poison had seeped deep into me, and I glared at him. I wasn't going to let him order me around anymore.
Yeah, that would be very messed up if Barnier and Sharon reincarnated as her mom and stepdad. That would be awful. I was hoping that she'd come upon Sharon in, like, one of these little side things. But maybe she didn't get reincarnated.
I was done. Done with him and everything else that hurt me. Uh, If you want to hit me, then go right ahead. I'll take that over going home with you. I'd rather you just killed me here and got it over with.
You insolent little brat. Oh, you're gonna regret this. I'll fix you right up so you never talk back to me like that again.
Ow!
Stop! Get your hands off of her! What are you... Lay your hand on her one more goddamn time, and I will kill you where you stand. Who the hell do you think you are? She's my daughter, and this is a private family matter. I don't give a fuck who you are. You try touching her again. You try touching Morgana again and see what happens. You know her name. I see how it is. You abducted her, didn't you? You monster. I'll see you put behind bars for this.
No, stop! He didn't do anything. He's a complete stranger.
Don't you lie to me, child. If it wasn't him, where have you been the last 2 weeks? You can't say, can you? You run off, not a cent to your name, and then you fall in with the first man you find, you shameless little leech. The only reason she had to run away is because you're an abusive sack of shit. Maybe you should reflect on your own actions before you start criticizing hers, huh? Abusive. Me. You don't know the first thing about me. I never once raised my hand to her until today. Yeah, well, you then raised your hand to her today, so I think abusive still kind of fits. Sorry, man. You do it once, like, really not great. You do it multiple times, like, you get the label. And only as a disciplinary measure. She's a teenager, man. What do you have to hit her for? Like, I don't know, man. Don't hit children. That's all I'll say about this one before I go into a tangent. Abuse doesn't have to be physical, asshole. Verbally attacking her and not properly providing for her, that all counts as abuse too. Believe me, I know now. You keep your nose out of our family business, you hear me? I don't know what you are to her, but I'm her father. You don't get a say in anything. So do us both a favor and scram. Unless you really do want the cops involved, because I'll be happy to call them for you. Whose side do you think they're going to take, huh? Her father's or some man she just picked up off the street? Go right ahead. You're not going to scare me off with empty threats. Stop. Please stop it. I'll go home with you, okay? So stop making a scene. Why would you let him have his way, Morgana? That's enough. And let go of my father, please. But he hit you. I don't want to make a big scene. So, please, just stop. Yeah, I just imagined Maria showing up in cosplay to scare him off. Look, if Maria was here, she'd kick his ass, and I stand by that, so. He's right. He has the upper hand here. Regardless of the circumstances, Jacopo still housed a 16-year-old girl for 2 weeks without her parents' permission. If I were just a little older, this would be so much. I didn't read that last word. It would be so much something, sorry. I'm sorry for running away and making you look for me. I promise I won't disobey you ever again. So please, turn a blind eye just this once. Morgana. As long as you know who's boss here. I don't want to get anyone else involved either, so I'll let this whole little scuffle slide. Asshole. Let's go, Morgana. There probably is a readback function, but I don't know where it... Oh, nope. It wasn't that. Aha. Okay, what was that word? Simpler. It was simpler. Alright. Morgana! I have one last thing I want you to know. Please. The only thing I want for you is for you to be happy. I wish I could have given you that myself, but that's beyond my power, and I know it all too well. It was he who took your hand and led you to salvation. That's something I could never do, had no right to do. I remember everything I did to you now. So I promise you this. I won't force myself to be a part of your life anymore. But I hope you'll still let me wish that you can live a happy, normal life this time around. Interesting. I wonder what it does. I will say, I didn't ever know what the readback function did, or what button it was, because the buttons don't really make sense. If I can complain about character or controller mapping for a second, like, there's some weird button mapping on this game, and I don't really understand it, but. You planning to keep us here all night? Get moving! I pray that you'll find happiness, wherever it may be. The inside of his car reeked of cigarette smoke. Every breath I took felt like it would make me gag. Jacopo smoked too, but the smell at his apartment wasn't nearly so repulsive. Oh, that's interesting. So, in the main game with the Giselle Falls story, the witch speaks in the log. That's cool. I love that. That would have been very interesting. I wish I'd caught that when we'd played through it. My father, stepfather, pushed me into the back seat, then drove off grumbling into the night. And I realized then how different grumbling out of spite and grumbling out of love could sound, even if the words were unchanged. From time to time, I glanced out the window to see Paris zooming by as the car barreled down the road.
I suspected I would never see this place again, never visit his house again. The light I had found over these past 2 weeks was dimming before my eyes. And once we were home and the light faded completely, I would be a bird in a cage, alive but not living. In the blink of an eye, it's all gone again. But I guess that's just how it works. Our farewell back then was sudden as well. Wait, what am I thinking? I'm glad he's out of my life. I never wanted to see his smug face again. Now I don't have to worry about any of those intrusive feelings he causes me: hatred, anger, hopelessness, the tiniest bit of fondness. But the more I tried to push his memory away, the louder his final words came back to me.
Oh, neat. Okay, so there's a little message in this game too, just more ahead, close to its ending. All right, I'm excited for it.
But I hope you'll still let me wish that you can live a happy, normal life this time around. And how do you expect me to do that when I'm trapped in this cage? But where did this? I felt something I didn't remember in my pocket. It was a small handwritten note. Careful not to alert my stepfather, I unfolded the square of paper. Ah, and written in it was a neat list of addresses and phone numbers. At first, I couldn't figure out what they were for, but as I read further, the pieces began falling into place. It was contact information for a wealth of social services and scholarship programs. Everything from services run nationwide by the government to small local ones. Every square inch of paper was packed to the bursting point with with his handwriting. When on earth had he found the time to collect all this information? I hadn't told him about my family situation until last night.
Mm. Oh, good morning. Yeah, I've got something to take care of this morning. Did you sleep well?
Is that why he was up so early? What is wrong with him? Maybe the list was meant for himself, and he had been planning to contact these places as a way to help me. Maybe giving the list to me wasn't originally his intention. It really was just notes for himself, pure information, and not some kind of message. However, I felt as though I could hear him in every line, like I could feel the heart he poured into it in the form of his voice. And he was saying, "Your life is yours, and yours alone." You know, Jacopo, I really hope we don't ever cross paths again. Nothing good could possibly come from us meeting in the next life. I'm tired of having to deal with you. I hate you, and I pray I never have to see you again. But should you wish to see me, and should that wish take priority over my own, promise you'll treat me well. And if you can manage that, then uh, I was wrong. I thought I'd remembered everything, but apparently a few fragments of that childish dream were still missing. It wasn't merely a fantasy, but a dream seen by a soul in the throes of its destruction. His soul was on the brink of complete eradication, bound in place and soon to be lost forever. It was his final wish, brought on by the weight of his guilt. While I'd freed the souls trapped in the mansion, he had never wanted to be set free, and having been denied his eternal penance, he chose to erase himself from the world entirely. What are you doing here? It turned out the answer to that question was in me. I was the one who had led him out of that dream, prevented his soul from being lost to eternity. 1 year later. She's a bit overwhelming. I hope the landlord isn't quite so boisterous. She said he was a pretty young man. Well, I should at least say hello. I can leave my bags inside and unpack when I'm done. Oh, a butterfly. How did you get in here? It's moving kind of sluggishly. Don't worry, I'll get you back outside where you belong. Take care. This is the place. I'm not looking forward to this. Too many new people in one day. Coming! It'll be just a second. A woman's voice? But the landlord's a man, isn't he? Maybe his sister or wife?
Someday. I want that wedding. I'm begging for that wedding, please.
I'll get it. Wait, that voice? It's probably the new girl. We should both go out to greet her. Uh,
Yep, you were right. It's our new neighbor. It's a pleasure to have you. And all right, epilogue. Let's see how this all ends out. It's a pleasure to have you, and welcome to the building. Or that's what I was planning to say when I opened the door, anyway. I assumed, like everyone else, she wouldn't remember us. So I simply wanted to provide her with a warm, friendly greeting, help her feel at home. But she interrupted me before I could finish.
we meet again.
Hi, these are your new parents, Morgana.
Are you just going to keep staring? Don't tell me you don't remember me. I don't want to have to serenade you with the millennium's worth of our dark history together on my first day.
Y- you know who we are.
Would you rather I didn't? Oh, you wound me, my dear.
No, no, of course not.
It really has been far too long.
Morgana, I'm so glad to finally see you again. Did you choose this apartment knowing we were here? Did you come here so we could meet again?
You might want to deflate that head of yours a bit. Of course I didn't. If I knew you were here, I never would have chosen to live here. I nearly had a panic attack when you answered the door. Never in all my life did I expect our fates to cross once more.
Uh, I see a little reincarnation wasn't enough to change you.
Oh, but I know you're just as happy to see us, aren't you? I can see it on your face. You're surprised, but in a good way. Someone's rather sure of themselves. Seeing that stupid smile of yours, I've changed my mind. I'm annulling the contract and finding a new apartment. Farewell. Whoa, 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 whoa! You're joking, right? We haven't seen each other in so long.
Could you perhaps set the acridity aside just for the occasion? Remember, we agreed to become friends if by some infinitesimally big word for Elmo low chance we were to meet again. Or did you not hold that promise as dearly as I? Because it meant quite a bit to me.
You silly man. Not good friends and not acquaintances either. Just plain friends. I can't believe it's actually happening. So, yes, let's. Yes, let's be friends.
Well, it's good to have you here, Morgana. If there's anything you need, let us know.
The pleasure's mine, Michael. Giselle.
On that fateful day, we found each other again. I knew nothing of her life from before our reunion, although the same could be said of everyone. I believed that our crossing paths was a sign of good fortune, the start of a new, brighter chapter, free of the kinds of tragedies we'd once endured. I only had my own experiences to compare against, though, and I couldn't say whether anyone else's new struggles and ordeals felt the same way to them. Nor was there anything I could do to help them through either, which was probably for the best.
People's lives were not a thing you could or should simply go sticking your nose into. It was their life and their choices to make, not mine. And I assumed circumstances were different enough from before that they had the freedom to make their own decisions this time. Time trotted on unwaveringly, and soon the first week of June was upon us. The first few days we mostly spent catching up with each other, sharing stories of both this life and past. But now things had settled into a more normal routine. Morgana had evidently been through quite a bit before moving into our building. And while she didn't go into any detail, between the lines she painted a picture of a troubled relationship with her family. At one point, I asked if there was anything we could do to help, to which she responded, "It's already been taken care of."
Girl, that makes it sound like you murdered them. Did you murder them? Not that I would be opposed, but like I just kind of want to know for my own curiosity.
Seeing the relief on her face and hearing it in her voice, I took that to be the honest truth rather than an attempt to downplay her situation. So I left it there, and that was all I knew from before she moved in. Naturally, I was more than willing to lend a hand if need be, but I got the feeling that wouldn't be necessary, at least not in this life. And I meant that in the best way possible. I sensed a strength in her now, different than the power she wielded in lives past. The strength to press forward in the face of any adversity. So if she were to ever take my hand, it wouldn't be me leading her, but the two of us walking shoulder to shoulder. Friends, nothing more and nothing less. Looking at it from a distance, nothing about our reunion could be considered ordinary. But we lived it every day, so it was easy to forget, to fall into the mindset that this was how things always were. That quiet and uneventful was the norm rather than a fleeting miracle. And that was wonderful, I thought. It was something both Morgana and I had long sought after, at long last attaining it in this new life. So I was able to brush off the majority of everyday grievances, including having Morgana turned a bit slovenly. Giselle, more tea. Coming right up? Giselle, I'm out of munchies. You ate all of those already? Giselle, rub my shoulders. Wait. All right, sure.
Sorry, no, this is one thing I cannot let slide. You can't just come over, throw yourself on the couch, and start ordering Giselle around like she's your personal maid. Exactly, Morgana just slouching on the couch munching potato chips. Like, look, I want her to have a normal childhood. That said, maybe this is not how to do it. And you need to stop enabling her, Giselle. She's going to be beyond saving soon if you keep on like this. Okay, I was joking about them being her parents, but they're becoming her parents.
I'm doing it again. It's like I'm programmed to obey her. She is my personal maid, so I failed to see the issue here.
She doesn't belong to you, and she's not a maid anymore either.
Oh, you're so fussy, my dear. Remind me, who was it that said you can come over whenever you like? Weekdays, weekends, holidays, we're always happy to have you.
Yes, I said that, and I meant it, but I didn't say you could fashion yourself a queen. You sprawled out on the couch, stuffing your face with junk food, and playing phone games is legitimate nightmare fuel.
Oh, get over it. The last millennium was very hard on me, so I've decided to take the next 80 or so years off to relax.
I have nothing against taking things easy, but you can't take your whole life off because your last one was too hard. I'm gonna start using that as an excuse. Sorry, I can't do my work today. My last life, like, really took it all out of me. The last few weeks have made one thing very clear. You're even worse than me at taking care of yourself.
Why take care of myself when I can have someone do it for me? Oh dear, you sound like King Neat era Michael. Well, you certainly didn't have it easy, that's for sure. I want you to be happy this time as much as possible. See, Giselle's on my side.
Please don't let her walk all over you, Giselle. She needs to shape up if she ever wants to be able to live on her own.
You sound like her father. Oh, on that note, do you have any ideas for when you get out of here, Morgana?
Oh, that's the wrong person. Oh, on that note, do you have any ideas for when you get out of here, Morgana? Any dreams? Anything you want to do? You're 17 right now, right? So you must have transferred here because there was something you had your eyes on. I'd do anything to help you make your dreams come true, Morgana. You assume the best of everything, and I can only assume that means there's something wrong with your head. What was that, little girl? Because it sounded incredibly rude. Oh, you don't need to worry about it. It was merely an expression of surprise. No offense intended. You really don't feel the slightest bit of animosity towards me, do you? If I were you, I'd be praying my dreams ended in disaster, not offering to help make them reality. Oh, Morgana, not everyone can hold a grudge as well as you. It's all water under the bridge. I couldn't be happier to have you back. Sure, it may not have been fun at the time, but I overcame those trials, and that experience is an important part of who I am now. Not to mention, the only reason I'm here today living with Michael is because he wished it for us. If anything, I'm extremely grateful to you. She makes it sound like I'm the unreasonable one for holding a grudge, but I don't know how anyone couldn't, and I could never imagine coming to see all that pain as important. Giselle and Michael, they helped me though. They fought to free me from that cycle, and for that, they are important. But never in 1,000 years will they hear me say that. Something on your mind, Morgana? Oh no, nothing worth nothing worth mentioning. I was simply admiring the dumb look on your face. Hey, if it's not worth mentioning, don't mention it. Well, I should head down. Maria's probably waiting for me. Oh, I didn't realize it was so late. Is there anything I can help with? Nope, we've got it. Everything's going as smooth as butter. You should just drop you should drop by and say hi later on. Bring Morgana too. Will do. I'll make drinks and bring them down in a bit. I'm staying right here. This boss isn't going to beat itself. No, no. All right, well, see you in a bit. It sounds like everything's moving along nicely. So smoothly, I'm no longer needed. The renovations are almost complete, and she's hoping to open for business by the end of the month. I thought the whole process would take a little longer, and that she'd be counting on me for more of it. We both know you weren't made to play co-op. If you want to help, set up an office and start filling in spreadsheets. As ruthless as ever, I see. Morgana, could you consider not being stubborn for a few minutes and coming down to see them? I'm not being stubborn, I'm just taking control of my life. You make it sound like I'm throwing a tantrum, but there's a lot more on the line here than a kid whose mom won't buy her ice cream. I love how she's decided to take all of the teenage rebellion and put it right here. Do you think your old memories could ever, say, push you forward rather than constantly hold you back? Not long ago, I had a curious dream. In it, I saw a vision of what seemed to be a park at night. You were sitting on a bench, pleading for me to help you. You said that while I had brought salvation to the witch Morgana, in doing so, I had only caused more pain for the ordinary girl Morgana. Uh, but I suspect that wasn't just a dream. Well, you suspect wrong. No such thing ever happened, and I don't need any help. All right, I'll take you at your word. But if there is even a hint of truth to what I saw, know that I'm here and ready to help with anything. Not to take your hand and lead you, though, but to give you a push forward. I keep getting distracted by how hot Michael is. Like, I forgot. We haven't seen him in so long, I forgot that he's very attractive. There we go. I wanted to take my teenage rebellion to Jacopo, but it's awkward when he reciprocated my love for him. But you never reciprocated my crush, so this one's easier. Morgana. Also, Giselle, like, pampers her. Like, let's be clear, she enables it, so... Sometimes I don't understand how I'm still here. Hmm? Everything in this world has a maximum capacity, and the soul is no exception. During my time in that mansion, I should have reached my capacity. It's no small task binding multiple souls in one place for so long.
By all rights, I shouldn't have had enough left to be reborn into a human body like this. Assuming there was enough left to come back at all, it should have been in something more fleeting. But despite all that, I managed to be born into the same generation as you, and it baffles me every time I think about it.
Perhaps because there was another soul inside of you that replenished some of that missing energy?
I highly doubt her soul is a part of me now, because if it was.
You'd be more affable? Excuse me, don't put words in my mouth.
But yes, that's what I was going to say.
I think she is in there with you myself. You're softer now than when you were the witch. Softer, and you have more heart too. I believe that in time you'll start to see more of her influence in you, and that with her help, you'll be able to start truly living in the present, not chained to the past as you are now.
Well,
Hopefully you're right. I have an eyelash in my eye. Give me just a second. I'm just falling apart on this stream, clearly.
he's probably right that the other me is to thank for being born into this world.
Alright, where?
But she's not the only reason. I'm sure of that.
There we go. I'm just imagining this is the episode where Squidward becomes a freeloader at SpongeBob's house, and SpongeBob keeps trying to make him find a job. I mean, it's a little bit like that. Like, she's only 17, so they're like, maybe there's something you want to do with your life. Maybe you should, I don't know, think about the future and not just worry about the boss that you're trying to beat on your phone game. Just like most parents. So what's your plan? My audio got muffled because I moved the microphone away from my mouth. You are correct. Thank you for the heads up. But back to my original question, can I convince you to come down and say hi later? Maria should be there too. You don't have any grudge against her, do you? I'm only privileged to bits and pieces of what happened, but I was under the impression that Maria took good care of you, and you were fond of her yourself as well. Can I assume then you simply think a meeting with her would be awkward?
Not at all, Mr. Armchair Psychologist. As I said, I've got a boss who needs.
A boss you've left untouched this entire conversation.
Oh, fine, you win. I'll go say hi, but that's it. You wanted to make drinks for them, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about making some fresh lemonade.
Then I'll help. It's hot and muggy out, so don't forget the ice.
Good catch, Morgana.
Chairs over here. Oh, and the plants by the door. Then we want. Oh, Michael! And you brought Morgana. I'm so glad you decided to come down. I'm going back up as soon as you have your drinks. Hey now, don't be like that. At least have a look at the patio while you're here. We've got a few tables set out in a section of the courtyard. Come on, it's over here.
Aw, look at it.
It's just lovely, isn't it? It's not bad. Hey, I got those plants you were talking about. Holy shit, now there's a face I didn't expect to see. Have you been holding up, girl? Oh, wait, you two know each other? From this time or from before? No, she doesn't remember anything. We just happened to cross paths about a year ago.
Oh, thank God you remember me. You living in this building now?
Yes. Well, for the past couple of weeks at least. I hope you've been well too. Never been better. I mean, minus getting tossed out of my ass by my last job. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm surprised you can be so casual about it. As they say around these parts, c'est la vie. And it gave me this chance to work with Giselle, so I can't complain. When life gives you lemonade. Wait, that's not how it goes. Shit. Morgana's a little different with Maria around. It's cute.
Especially compared to how ruthless she can be with us. She seems almost like an ordinary teenage girl. She just likes Maria better than everyone, is what I'm going with.
But hey, if you live here now, that means we'll be seeing each other a bunch. Come down for lunch and I'll make you something special. I'll consider it. You do that. Actually, heck, forget that. You should just work here. Giselle would love to have you. We could get you a darling little waitress uniform. Not a chance. You're not going to need that many hands at a newly opened cafe anyway. The goal is to make such a big splash that we do need the hands. Gotta go in firing on all cylinders. A bold claim for someone who was firing on 0 cylinders at their last job. That's not on me. The place looked like crap in a crappy location with a crap owner. But the owners here are great. Giselle and her hubby are the most ridiculously sweet couple I've ever met. Oh, we're not married yet, Maria. You're not? Weren't you talking about fixing that before the grand opening? She's sharp. That was the plan, but it turned out to be more work than we expected, so we haven't had time for personal matters. Come on, guys, this is a big deal. It's the sort of thing you want to get done now or you're going to end up pushing it off forever. Say you open for business now, word spreads, and then you're up to your ears in customers. The deeper you get, the less time you'll have. Before you know it, your custom tailored wedding dress isn't going to fit the same. It's no laughing matter. And you can't just let her handle everything. Bust out the calendar and start planning. Okay, you've made your point. Could we please change the subject? I'm heading back upstairs. Hold up. One question before you run off. Your name. We're basically neighbors now, so I can't keep dancing around what to call you. Did I never tell you? No, you didn't. You barely said a word when you came to my cafe with you-know-who. Meanwhile, he had no idea when to shut up, talking my ear off about his dumbass job. Speaking of, you still in touch with him? I'm not, and I intend to keep it that way. Figured. Something happened between you two? He was talking to me about how he'd never see you again, and he seemed pretty concerned. It was no one specific thing. That was just how things worked out. Huh. Well, not gonna shove my nose into private matters I don't even understand. Anywho, names. Mine's Maria, and it's great to see you again. Fate is a curious thing. I never imagined I would be here doing introductions with her again. My name is Morgana. It's my pleasure. Morgana? That's a really nice name. Sounds Italian too? I'm from the Milan area. Love to show you around sometime. It would be lovely to visit someday, yes. We could rent a car, just drive wherever the roads take us. Morgana? Are you not a fan of road trips then? I'm not married to the idea. We can always do something. No, I'm fine with cars. That's not it. There's something I want to tell you, Maria. Huh? Thank you. And I'm so sorry. Huh? I don't think anyone did anything worthy of thanks or apology. It's for something you wouldn't remember. Long, long ago. Uh, you've completely lost me, girl. But, I mean, even if anything did happen however long ago, you still don't need to apologize. Everything's totally cool. If you say so. Aw. I think I was right. The white-haired girl is in there with her. I think so too, yeah. I'm glad they were able to make things work out. As am I. Not everything's been lined up all nice and neat in a row, but there's not much I can do about that myself. There we go. He kept whining about missing you, and well, I get it. It's a real mood killer when we try to bang. It's just a real mood killer, period. Oh, Maria, I wanted to ask you something. Would you be interested in throwing a party before the opening for everyone who helped make it happen, and maybe some friends too? Oh, that sounds great. I'm all in. You already set on who all's coming? Nope, still in the idea phase. If you have anyone you'd like to invite, go right ahead. You got it, boss. Except I just moved to the country and don't know much of anyone. I'll see if I can think of anyone, though. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited. I love them. I'm so happy that Morgana got that moment with Maria, especially after how Maria ended.
Like, I'm still mad about that.
It's such a strange sight, the two of them here now, talking and laughing.
It certainly is. Back then, Maria was putting on an act, and Giselle was still in her role as the maid. This feels so much nicer. It's warm, and they're both themselves now.
I was going to say it's boring. There's no tension.
Normal is best. It's a luxury many aren't afforded. And it's something I wish to do my best to never lose again.
There's no curse to get in the way anymore, so you should be fine. This is how things were meant to be. And besides, I know you. No wall is too high for you to scale.
There we go. Invite Javi and Sharon. I suppose you're right. That goes for you too, Morgana. You're not bound by the curse anymore yourself. Well, we should probably head up now. We'll probably come back down this evening with more refreshments. Would you like to help me make them?
The two of us cooking? I hope you have a hearse parked outside to collect the bodies. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give it a try, though.
I'd say invite Gratian, but you'd be out of food and alcohol in no time, so maybe not.
What? You made dinner? Michael's already a surprise, but you helped too, Morgana? Good heavens, what miracle am I witnessing? That's a very unique and rather rude, if I do say so myself, way to say thank you. Would you like to try that again? Sorry, I just couldn't believe my ears. I'm thrilled, though, really. If you don't mind my asking, where's the food? It'll be here shortly. Michael's carrying it in. Come on, Michael, hurry it up. What's taking so long?
Don't rush me. I'm trying to keep my balance on the stairs so we don't have a disaster on our hands. If you want to speed it up, you could always help me carry it.
You need the exercise. I believe in you.
Finally made it. The food's here, everyone.
What's in the pot? Vegetable soup with extra vegetable.
Didn't you say you were going to bring us something light and easy to eat outside?
I was expecting like sandwiches or even sandwiches.
I tried to tell her you wouldn't like it.
Quiet, you. Vegetable soup is all I know how to make. It's safe, impossible to mess up, and a good source of vitamins and minerals. What's not to like? Wow, this really is nothing but vegetables. Not even a scrap of meat.
Are you vegetarian, girl? Or practicing to go live in the mountains?
Anyway, I'll run to the bakery and get some bread. We'll probably want some cheese, too.
Grab some beer while you're out, too, would ya? I know we're not quite finished for the day, but it's cool, right?
All right, sure. But today's the one and only day you get to drink on the job.
There's nothing better than a cold one outside at this time of year. Nice cool breeze to go with it, too. It's perfect.
And then when summer comes around, it'll be there's nothing better than a cold one outside on a hot summer day.
You know me too well. And when winter comes, it'll be no better way to warm up in this cold.
Michael, you're not a child. Stop trying to avoid the carrots.
I was just saving them for later.
Is that so? Then I'm counting on you to eat all the leftover carrots when we're done.
Man, when you came out with friggin' vegetable soup, I was getting ready to start looking for an escape plan, but I can kind of dig this. Feels like we're all one big family sitting around the table like this. I did not expect that from the old lady on the third floor, though.
My, dinner outside tonight. Are you doing barbecue?
No? Soup? You're having a soup party? Goodness me, the kids these days certainly are unique. And then she just disappeared, not another word. The invitation probably wasn't necessary, Giselle. I'd bet money she's the type of lady to invite herself to a barbecue and scarf up all the meat.
There's nothing wrong with vegetable soup.
It's great, really. Very cozy having everyone together eating from the same pot. And it's got this real nostalgic flavor to it, too. Not quite sure why, though. Maybe my mom made something like this?
Perhaps she did. There is a comforting familiarity to this whole situation. I've been here before. a long, long time ago. And I never imagined the stars would align like this again. I wonder if everyone else from back then is alive somewhere too. The girls from the brothel who pampered me like a little sister, the men from the slums peacekeepers group, Sharon, and even.
All right, time to crack open a new can.
You've had more than enough, Maria. We still have work to do today.
Psst, take the stick out of your ass, you party pooper. I can work just as well tipsy as I can sober. I don't think you can, Maria. You should have some too, Giselle. And you too, Michael. Hell, you're over 16, right, Morgana? Then beer it up too.
I'll pass, thank you. I'm not a fan of drinking.
I don't handle alcohol very well either, so I'll refrain too. Now I would like to see Michael have alcohol, because that's a very weird way to say that. Yeah, Michael, carrots are good. I will say, carrots made up the majority of my lunch between meetings today, so. You're no fun. All right, Giselle, you got a drink for all three of you.
No, I'll have a little, but that's it. The whole world is spinning. Whee! My, master. It's quite rude to stare, you know.
Oh no, are we going to do this out in public?
Oh dear, don't tell me you don't remember me. This is quite the predicament.
I don't actually. I think 18 is the legal drinking age in France, but also it's France, and I can tell you from personal experience, they don't super care. So, I grew up having wine with dinner, so I remember you perfectly, and you can drop the maid act.
My, is that so? I'll be right out with some herbal tea to help wake you up.
You need help waking up more than me. Well, shit, I went a bit overboard, huh? Was not expecting her to get this kind of drunk.
Looks like you won't be getting any more work done tonight.
Should probably at least clean up this mess.
I'll give you a hand. So, Master, when are we going to have our wedding?
Giselle, we can talk about all of that when you're sober. Sorry for making such a mess out of things. Hopefully Giselle's hangover isn't too bad. I made sure she got plenty of water before putting her to bed. She should hopefully bounce back quickly.
Well, I certainly enjoyed the chance to see a very unusual side of Giselle. I wish you the best of luck on planning your wedding, Michael.
None of you are going to let me live that down, are you?
I really did have a great time, though. We should absolutely do this again sometime.
Of course. We'll have plenty of opportunities to get together going forward.
We sure will.
Well, I gotta head home now. Night, everyone. Catch y'all later.
Have a safe trip, and see you again.
We should head back inside, too. You can come up to our apartment if you'd like, or you can head to yours. It's up to you.
Hey, Michael?
Hmm?
I had fun today.
Uh, uh, that's great. I had fun, too. I hope we'll see you at the soft opening party in a couple weeks. Yeah, you got her too drunk to consent. You absolutely ruined tonight's bank session, Maria. Ah. Look, Michael has things to do, like plan that wedding. Come on, man.
I'll give it a tiny bit of consideration.
Mid-June.
And that does it. We're all ready to go.
Oh, wow.
You sure went all out on the decorations.
Maybe a bit excessively so, even.
First impressions are the most important after all, so I wanted to make a good one. It's almost time. I'm getting kind of nervous.
We're just having friends over for a casual party today. Save your nerves for the real grand opening.
Sure, it'll just be friends, but I'm still making the food and serving drinks and stuff. That's plenty of reason to get nervous.
You just have to put it out on the table and everyone will serve themselves. You'll be fine, I promise. Just take a deep breath, girl. Think of it as a dry run, no pressure. You're here to have fun, not a breakdown.
Deep breaths. I'll do my best.
Right over your head. I know you'll do great tonight and the grand opening. Hell, I'd bet you'll handle it even better than me.
You you really think so?
You've got a lot of experience cooking. You're a quick server and even quicker at cleanup. You're so damn on the ball, you'd think you grew up working as a maid at some bougie estate.
Oh, I'm tempted to tell her that yes, in fact, I was the head maid at a Sicilian mafia estate and that she was a maid there too.
You'd be the model owner if you weren't such a heavy drinker.
Huh?
Heavy drinker? What are you talking about? Damn, you don't remember, do you? Wow, this is quite impressive.
The decorations are so excessive, it feels like you compressed an entire festival into your courtyard. I went all out and then some. I'm so glad you came, Morgana. I'm not staying. Just thought I would stop in and say hi. Now, don't be like that. Lots of people are going to be here. I'm sure you could make a friend or two. Not interested, thank you. Out of curiosity, though, who exactly is coming? I invited everyone in the building, people who have supported me over the years, some friends from high school and uni, plus some of Michael's coworkers. We invited our parents too, but they couldn't make it, so that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, and some of Maria's friends too. Not many. I only invited a few. And speak of the devil, here come the first two. Oh, wow, they're early. I need to go get. Oh my god, it's amazing! There's so many adorable decorations. Uh, huh? Don't run, Nellie. You'll hurt yourself. Oh, hello, Maria. It's nice to see you again. I'm so sorry for barging in like this. Uh, hold. Why are you friends with them, Maria? Huh? Should I not be? No, I just. Well, it is kind of weird that you'd be friends with kids so much younger than you. We met at the cafe where I used to work. I wouldn't say we're close enough to be considered friends, but I heard they'd be in the country, so I figured I'd give them a call. Should I not have? No. By all means, it's fine. I want to open a cafe as lovely as this one day. Then I can make sweets all day long. That might not be the best idea, Nellie. What? Are you saying that my sweets are gross? I never said that, no. Oh, hey, we should go introduce ourselves to the owner. Good evening, ma'am. It's a pleasure to meet you, and congratulations on the opening. My sister and I were invited here tonight courtesy of Maria. I apologize for intruding on this gathering of close friends. This is a truly lovely cafe, and I'm certain it will be the talk of the neighborhood for many years to come. Thank you so much. You're very kind. And please, you're not intruding. A friend of Maria's is a friend of ours. I hope you both enjoy the party tonight. Oh, wow. It's Mel, but he's not a disaster? Mel? Mel? Come on, you're forgetting something. What? Oh, right, that. We brought you some treats from London. I hope you enjoy them. Never mind, he's apparently still as much of an airhead. That's a relief. Oh, you didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. You said you were from London, so you're here on vacation then? Yeah, we're in the country for a family vacation, and today we left our parents off to do their own thing. I can't figure out if they're here for a vacation or to compete in the Old Timers PDA contest. It's kind of gross. And as you can see, my sister was getting tired of having them around. It's just the two of us. Oh, wow. Well, I'm really glad to hear you all seem to be getting along. Oh, yeah. How's your grandfather doing? Huh? Why do you want to know about our grandfather? He's in London, probably enjoying the peace and quiet. Oh, that's great. Sorry, curiosity got the better of me. Oh, now that I think about it, their grandfather might not even be Hayden in this life. If not, I hope he's out there somewhere too, healthy and happy. Anyway, please do have a good time. And if you're ever in the country again, our doors are always open. Of course. We appreciate the hospitality. Oh, are you here for the party too? You look to be about the same age as me. It's nice to meet you. Uh, huh? I didn't do anything, did I? But she seemed upset. What a snobby, stuck up girl. Forget about girls like her. They're not worth your time. I guess. But there's something about her that catches my eye. What? You don't mean you. No, no, not like that. I don't know. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before or something. I can't put it into words, but there's just something about her. Not in a love at first sight kind of way, though. Is that so? Well, even if it was love at first sight, I wouldn't have gotten in the way. Y- you wouldn't have. Because I'm your sister. I'm not going to stop you from doing what you want with your life, even falling in love. Wow. Thank you, Nellie. Not at all. But if you ever fall for a girl who's not good enough for you, know that I will completely destroy her. Uh, uh, completely is a bit excessive. Looks like I need to be careful when I find someone so no one gets hurt. I hope I can be friends with that girl someday. Oh, wow, that's a lot of people. Maybe we invited too many. The party's going to be over by the time I manage to greet everyone. But first, Michael and Morgana are still here. Great. Off tucked away in a corner, but still here. Maria! Sorry I'm late. The traffic was insane. Uh, there you are. I thought you decided to ditch. Not that I care either way. Why do you have to be so mean to me, Maria? You're not like that to anyone else. Is it because we're such good friends you're comfortable speaking your mind around me? Girl, I wish I could get my head as far into the clouds as yours. You pretty much hit the nail on the head, though. You're so cute, Maria. Pauline, perhaps we should say hi to the host first. You can catch up with Maria after that. This is the owner of the cafe here, Giselle. Oh, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Pauline, Maria's friend and Yukimasa's girlfriend. The pleasure's all mine. Oh, wow. I was not expecting her. Though I really shouldn't be that surprised since Yukimasa already showed up. And she chose him again, too, which I should have expected. I really hope nothing goes wrong. I hope you're able to find happiness this time, Pauline. Huh? Not sure where that came from, but sure, thanks. I've always been happy, though. That's wonderful to hear. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. But she's kind of an odd one. Sorry, I should have warned you. I do not want to hear that from you, of all. Uh, mm. I'd like to offer you my sincerest gratitude for your help over these past weeks. The renovations proceeded extremely smoothly thanks to you. Not at all. If you ever need any more help, you have my number. Yes, I do. You'll be the first one I call when the pipes burst or the power goes out or the walls start falling down. You should probably call a professional for those. Would you mind telling me what I'm looking at? Why are they all here? I have no answer for that, Morgana. Your guess is as good as mine. My head hurts. The boundless sphere of fate turned out to be disappointingly small. That's the thing about fate. You never know where it will take you next, not until you're right there in the moment. I have no intention of making friends with them just because our paths crossed, though. This is nothing more than a hiccup. You don't have to get close to anyone if you don't want to. That's your choice. I'm too tired for this. Too many people. I'm going back inside before any of them has a chance to talk to me. All right, well, the party's only just begun, so if you've changed your mind, you're welcome to come back down at any point. That's a very big if. Oh, Michael, perfect! Pauline and Yukimasa just arrived. Good evening. My name's Michael. Giselle's told me just how much help you were on the renovations. Thank you for that, and I apologize for not introducing myself until tonight. How can you be so composed? I've been freaking out all night here.
I saw, and I must say it was rather entertaining to watch.
Wow, you're a jerk.
Not at all. I quite enjoyed the work. It was a fantastic outlet for my pent up stress. That's great to hear. Don't want to let stress build up too much. Indeed. Mm, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. Like in a stained glass window? For the last time, I am not an angel. Okay, but you are very pretty, man. Are we going to get a girl sleepover again? Aw. I'm so curious what these two have to talk about. Like, just knowing them, I cannot imagine what the shared topic is. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny that Pauline and Yukimasa think we don't know what's wrong with him. I love how he's like, yeah, funny inside joke, pent up stress. And we're all sitting here going, oh God. Well, I guess he's not killing people, so that's something.
I haven't seen Morgana in a while. Did she go back inside?
She said she needed a break from all the people.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping she would enjoy seeing everyone and mingling.
I can understand why she wouldn't want to. She didn't forgive them for what they did, only decided she didn't want to curse them anymore. Yeah, not killing people as far as they know. If I were her, I wouldn't want to make friends with them either, knowing what they had done to me, regardless of it not having been this iteration of them.
I suppose you're right. I do think it would be nice if, someday, she could come to move past it all. They're not the same people they were 1,000 years ago. I don't know what they've gone through in their new lives, but something tells me they won't be making the same mistakes. They look the same on the outside, but I can sense a strength and unity from the way they interact. Newfound determination, if you will. At least, that's how I read it.
And I pray you're right. The 3 days I spent with everyone here was in a realm outside of reality, meaning I had never really interacted with any of them until this life. But still, I like to hope that the conversations we shared and the vows we exchanged still existed somewhere within them, an infinitesimal fragment of their souls. And so, the party came to a quiet end. From a distance, it looked almost like a big 1,000 years in the making reunion. But only myself, Giselle, and Morgana appeared to have those memories. Everyone lived their own lives with very little overlap. Though I couldn't help but sense the hand of fate in those who had been especially close in their previous lives coming together again in this one. Even without the witch's curse to bring them together, their souls had still formed profound bonds. Bonds naturally born from an unnatural length of time shared together in the realm of the dead. And I believed that although Morgana had only wished for Giselle and I to come back, it was these unimaginably powerful connections that had allowed all of them to be reborn into this era. Full moon in mid June, so now we just need to narrow down the year. See, we're getting there. We're going to figure it out. Nonetheless, seeing them again still came as quite a surprise. And now that our paths had crossed once, perhaps we were at a greater chance of it happening again in the future. But for now, there was little point in speculating about what may come our way. We had our own lives to live too, a completely fresh start, and we wanted to make sure we got it right this time. We were no longer under the influence of the curse, which meant no more reconstruction for any of us. This was our one chance. That went for them as much as it did for us, so we had to make the best of it, live our new lives to their fullest. We're doing a lot of walking. I don't know who's walking either.
It was raining that day. I lamented the present, knowing nothing yet of my past. I didn't care what happened to me. I was convinced I was the most worthless person in the world, that I belonged nowhere. Having regained those lost memories, though, my grief for this life has been all but irrelevant. However, I haven't forgotten the 2 weeks of normalcy that pulled this me from that dark place.
There we go. Our one chance, not counting the seventh coat timeline where we're all gamers in a chat room. Morgana?
Uh,
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. It's not raining, so you have no reason to take this shortcut.
I've taken this route home every day since you left, chasing after shadows that had long since disappeared. Oh, sorry. That was kind of creepy, wasn't it?
You've been crossing through this park every day for a year now.
1 year and 2 months. It was spring when you were here last.
I see you're as nitpicky as ever. Late spring, early summer, it's all the same thing.
They are both beautiful times of the year, yeah.
Am I dreaming? Did you say something positive?
How have you been?
Well enough, I suppose.
What brings you back to this park? I hope it's not that you can't go home again.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm just on a walk. I moved out of that house and into an apartment recently, where the owners are currently throwing a party. I snuck out because it was exhausting me, and I'll head back in a bit when it's safe again.
I see. You never were good with festivities, huh? Reminds me of that time at the Midsummer Festival.
I don't just mean that there was a lot of people. The people from back then have begun drifting together again.
What do you mean?
My landlord is Michael. Giselle lives with him too, and I've been hanging out in their apartment quite a bit lately. So I'm doing well. Life is good.
That's great. I'm glad. That's what I want for you. So I guess he got to be the one to set you free this time, too. All I ever do is hurt you.
Were you not invited to the party? Maria said she was asking everyone she knew.
She did, but I wasn't much in the mood for merrymaking, so I decided against attending.
I assume she didn't tell you I was going to be there then.
She probably thought I wouldn't go if I knew, which in the end wouldn't have changed anything either way. But I think I made the right choice. Anyway, I'm glad to see you're doing so well. It's a huge relief, and I mean that. Plus, you've got people you can talk to if you run into any bumps in the future. You're in a good place. I couldn't be happier.
It really is a good place, yes. There's one thing I want to tell you.
I'm all ears.
I I appreciate what you did for me last year. Thank you.
You're thanking me?
If you hadn't taken me in, I quite likely would have died out here. And the note you gave me that last day, because of that, I was able to find hope and the strength to fight. Reading what you wrote there helped me realize something obvious, that my life belongs to me. A fact so simple and self evident, and yet so elusive to me. You're the one who helped me reach that truth. I stopped letting him trample all over me, and it worked. It was far from an easy battle, and he had lots of nasty things to say in the process, but his words, they somehow didn't hurt me anymore. The determination to take my life into my own hands gave me power, the will to search for a way out, of which there were many hiding in plain sight. I just had to open my eyes, and so many options opened up to me. Not to mention, knowing what I'd been through in the past made what I was going through in the present seem rather trivial. It could always be worse, couldn't it?
I know it isn't my place to say this, but your pain is not trivial. Once again, you were born into a family that doesn't love or appreciate you. That's a terrible thing to have to go through. That said, I'm glad you were able to get out. And I hope that one day, perhaps you can be reunited with your birth father, or that your mother is able to open her eyes.
And I don't. Even if by some astronomical chance either of those are to happen, there's no guarantee I would be able to forgive them. I'm happy with what I have now.
I'm glad.
Hmm. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I've given you my thanks.
You sure love your formalities. No thanks were necessary.
It was bothering me, and now I feel much better. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, everything's settled between us now. So long, Jacopo. I'm going to live my life the way I choose.
I see. And I'll be praying that it's a life full of happiness, because that's all I can do for you. Farewell, Morgana. Wait, don't go, Morgana. I know that the right thing to do is just let you go. And I know that you have people in your life now that will treat you right. With our memories, I'm nothing but a blight. But despite that, despite every last thing, I don't want you to leave me. I I love you from the bottom of my heart.
You're such a half-wit. I wonder if you have any wits left in you. Why did it have to be me? Why do you love me so much? So much that it's turned you into this sad, blubbering mess.
God, I wish I could tell you. It would be so much easier if I could just let you go. But my heart won't even give me the option. Again and again, I tried to convince myself to cast these feelings into the fire, but nothing worked. There's nothing I can do.
Heavens, you escaped one curse only to end up after another. I want you to know it's your fault I'm here in this world now.
What do you mean?
By leading your soul out from that illusory realm where it was meant to fade into nothing, my own soul ended up stuck on the same path. You remember that, don't you? The endless fields of wheat of that foolish dream world?
I I remember. But wait, I always thought that was just my own self-serving fantasy. Are you saying that the you in that dream was actually you?
That it was. And what a dream that was. You saying you'll win my heart, pleading with me, wrapping your arms around me and sobbing like a child. You don't have a shred of shame in you. So what's your next move now that you've stopped me from leaving?
I want to put my arms around you again.
Uh, Absolutely not. Burn in hell, you disgusting man.
If not that, there's someplace I want to take you.
And where's that?
My, no, I mean our homeland. Okay, but you have to take Maria too, please. Like, I was so in love with the Maria Morgana idea of a road trip. Like, I want them together. I just want that.
Sure. Let's go search for our homeland.
Are you sure, Morgana?
Don't blame me. I've spent so long here that your idiocy is starting to rub off. And when we go,
We're bringing Maria as well. Yes.
you have as much responsibility to her as you do to me. I don't expect you to never fight, but no more betrayal from either of you. You're no longer under my curse, so if you mess up this time, you have absolutely no one to blame but yourself. So don't you put me through that.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I'm not going to screw up again because I know what's really important now. Thank you, Morgana, for showing me the way.
For the record, though, I still despise you. I can't just put it all in the past like Michael and Giselle. So you'll need to do that much better for me now. Enough to blot out the seething hatred you instilled in me then. Enough to convince me not to want to curse you again. And then maybe one day, I'll be able to feel the same way about you as you do me.
I will, absolutely. You have my word, Morgana. Aw, look at them.
Hey, Mel, does the whipped cream look whipped enough?
I think it needs to be a little thicker if you want it to stand up on the cake.
Boo, whipped cream is better soft and fluffy. It looks cheap when it's really thick.
I wouldn't say that. Why did you even ask me if you've already made up your mind?
Oh, are you done cutting the strawberries? Hurry up, I want to put them on.
That trip to France seems to have really lit a fire under you, huh?
Yep, I'm going to become the greatest pâtissier in all of England. No, the world.
Well, I'll always be cheering for you. I give her a week, tops. She could maybe become the pâtissier who uses the most sugar in all of the world.
All right, I've got lots of work to do.
It's great that she has something she wants to do, though. Maybe she'll even stick with it, and her dream will come true someday. I guess I'm the one who should start buckling down. I need to come up with a dream of my own. Aww. Looking at them, you almost forget, like, how fucked up they are.
Hey, Yukimasa, I've been wondering, does watching people die like this in movies do anything for your urges?
Not in the slightest. I mostly watch them by force of habit now. But still, I prefer them to movies where everyone gets happy endings.
Then you must not have enjoyed our first date very much. If you let me choose, I'll always go for the sappy stuff.
And you must not be enjoying this one.
No, I am. I used to think sad movies and violent movies weren't really my thing, but as I've started giving them a chance, I'm finding they're not that bad. Maybe it's in my blood, too. You don't want to watch movies about people getting hurt. You want to hurt me for real, don't you?
Oh, how fucked up are we about to get?
You don't need to hold back. Come at me.
I can handle anything. Oh my god. Stop it. Don't talk like that. I swore to restrain my urges. And if I ever do hurt you, Pauline, then that's the end of the road.
For you and for me.
Can't you guys just be into, like, I don't know, BDSM like normal people? Pauline, are you really okay with...
Of course I am. This is the path I chose, and I don't regret it for a second. Because it means I get to spend my life with you, wherever at my end.
Yes, we do get to see it! And now your vows. Oh no. I hope this doesn't make me cry. I take thee to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish till death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance, and thereto I pledge thee my faith.
I take thee to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance, and thereto I pledge thee my faith.
You may now exchange your rings. She's shaking. There's nothing to be nervous about, Giselle. You said your vows without any problems.
I'm not nervous, I'm just doing everything I can not to burst into tears. I don't want to make a mess of the ceremony by sobbing in front of all our guests.
If you want to cry, you're free to cry. Honestly, I doubt anyone here would be too surprised. Is that a stained glass of Michael, the Archangel Michael in the background too? Like, god damn it.
Hey now!
The ring's on. And may it symbolize many, many more happy years together, Giselle.
Of course, Michael. I guess you really are the master of the house now.
We are never escaping this house, no. Fuck, that really was the wrong turn. I knew we should have taken a left back there. Seriously, do you not know how to read a goddamn map? Piss off, I made one little mistake. No, this is the third. The other two times I caught you before you could take us off course. Fine, fine, I'm so sorry. If you're gonna bitch about it, I'll drive and you can navigate. No, you drive like a maniac. You'd take us straight off a cliff in 10 minutes tops. I'm not that bad a driver. Well, you sure never stop complaining, and you're just as bad a driver as her. There's no winning here. Ugh, I'm going to be sick. Aww. Christ, it'll be night by the time we reach the lodge. Where the hell even are we right now? What kind of rental car doesn't have a GPS anyway? This isn't the goddamn Stone Age. Come on, this ain't half bad either. If we don't make it to the lodge, we can figure something else out. Getting lost is half the fun of traveling. Let's just take it nice and easy. I'm sure Morgana'd like it if we took a break here and there too. I'll leave everything to you. All right, fine. The view here honestly isn't terrible, considering we're not even at our destination. Maria's sticking her butt out like that on purpose. Look, if you've got it, flaunt it. You think? It just looks like a regular old wheat field to me. I'm sure it was nothing special there, too. Huh? Where? Nothing. It's not important. You're probably right about that. I never needed to make it to the top of the world. The most important things are in those nothing special places. I just wasn't able to see it. What has gotten into you two? Getting sentimental over nothing? Crap, I think I got some dirt in my eye. Now I'm tearing up here. Something's gotten into me too, man. It's like I've been looking for this kind of quiet place my whole life. I'm glad I got to see this with you both. Oh God, stop with the mushy crap. You're gonna make me sick. What's next? The sky falling and busting up our car? Christ almighty, you're the one who keeps telling me to be more open about my feelings. Hypocritical much? I'm getting there. Just give me a second. I'm glad I could be here with you too. With you two, too. And I couldn't be happier to have you in my life. Oh, me too. I'll cherish this moment for as long as I live. And I think I can even feel kind of grateful that I was born again into this world. You're in there, aren't you? You, the other side of me, and Michelle, and the saint. You can see this, can't you? The home you so long to see again? We're here. Okay, secret message coming up in the log. It's not just the three of us looking out upon these fields. There's four. Guess I've got to let that play. Oh, there is one! Indeed, I can see it too. Aww. I love that. What's up, Morgana? Oh, nothing. Anyway, we can't spend all day here. Let's get back on the road. As beautiful as the scenery is, our check-in time isn't getting any farther away, and no amount of sentiment is going to change that. What's gone on to you? A few minutes ago, all you could say was, I'll leave it to you, and now you're taking charge? You always gotta sweat the details, don't ya? Morgana's excited to get going, so let's get going. I hope you figured out how to read a map this time, Maria. Trust me, dude, I got this. I am starting to think the map's a bit outdated, though. It, doesn't exactly match up to what I'm seeing, you know? We're never going to get there. Oh, right at the next light. You sure? You absolutely positive. You checked at least 3 times, right? I did. Have a little faith, my dude. Oops. Aw. I love them. We finally made it, though. Also, holy crap, we didn't listen to the voices, but that is a stacked cast. Um, but yeah, we made it, and we got to see the wedding, and we got a road trip, and I love that. I have a lot of feelings. Cool. So we are almost done with this entire game. So we will do the short stories next. I don't know how long they're going to take us. But yeah, so expect that on our next sort of solo stream for this. Right? They have some very sexy voices. Like, sorry, I'd listen to Jacopo more if he sounded like Jinichi Suabe. So, or more. I'd roll my eyes maybe less. I'd stop listening to the actual words he said more likely, but um yeah, so stick around. Yeah, I don't know about happy ending for Yukimasa and Pauline. Like I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't know. The more I think about it, like there are so many red flags there. Someone's going to end up dead. But it's the happiest I think they could be, so oh. Oh my god. That action adaptation. I don't know how they're going to do all of that in 2 hours. You need like 5 movies. Anyway, so we are going to end here for tonight. Join us. Okay, so it is Thursday, I think. It is Thursday. So next stream is Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. I think we'll have Lemur back. So we'll be doing I, the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. But if she is not back, then we'll be doing the short stories for House and Fata Morgana. As a reminder, I do take requests for what games we're going to play afterwards. So if you have something that you'd like to see us play, or see me play, solo, please let me know, and happy to sort of look into it. Cool. Thanks for hanging out all, and hope everyone has a good night. Bye.